Welcome to the 45th Spot podcast. I am the host, Coach Cavalier, also known as Coach Cav, and today I have a guest with me, Kiylah Williams. I will let her introduce herself. And you have the floor.
Hi, everybody. My name is Kiylah Williams. I'm a senior here at Bloomfield High School, and right now I am committed to a four-year college, Florida Atlantic University. Go Owls!
Woo, go Owls!
Yes.
So I really appreciate you coming on a podcast today and, just basically telling the listeners, viewers, your story.
Yes.
Thank you. I will be asking Kiylah some questions. First one, she already told us where she's committed. She's going to also tell us what her major will be.
Yes, my major will be business finances because in the future I do want to pursue real estate, which isn't necessarily a major in a lot of colleges. So I'm just going to learn the behind the scenes, basically, of the real estate.
Got it. Awesome. So please tell the listeners and viewers, what sport do you play, what event, your personal best?
Yes, so I run track, mainly the track area. I run the 400. I dibble and dabble with the 8 and the 2, and the 4x4. My personal best in the 400 is 56.1, and the 8, 2:19. We're not going to talk about the 2. And the 4x4, as a collective, we ran a 3:47. Mm-hmm. In high school, so I think that's
what's up, because some of the college teams,
yes,
they'll be outrunning some college teams. But what is your favorite event out of the events you listed?
My favorite event has to be the 4. It's been the event that I've been most consistent with majority of my track career, which I have been doing track for like about a decade now. I'm 17, so since I was about 7 years old, and as all the years went on, I've always been a 400, whether it was indoor or outdoors. It's always been the 4.
Got it. Okay. So do you strategize when running the 4? Like, what is your mentality going into your event or into your race meet day?
I'm not necessarily a strategizer when it comes to my 400. I feel like I've ran it a lot, so I'm more of a corrector, I would say. So if I see something that I didn't do in one race, I will try to, go into practice correcting whatever I need to fix in that part of my race. But overall, I kind of just try to run my race because at the end of the day, everybody else's performance isn't going to necessarily affect mine, or it is, but it's my race at the end of the day. It's my time at the end of the day, So I tend to just go out there and try to run.
I know you mentioned that you started running at a young age. What made you get into that sport? Because I know for me, when I first started playing soccer, even though I did track, I just told my mom, I wanted to play soccer. It wasn't something that was introduced. I didn't really watch it on TV, but I just knew, okay, this is something I want to do. So what made you start running at a young age, 7 years old?
So track is actually my second sport. So I did start with soccer.
Oh, shoot.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
So I was like 3, 4 playing soccer. And so track kind of came about, after that. I was always a runner. I couldn't sit still running around in my backyard. I actually remember the day we were having some type of function at my house, actually, and I'm running around in the backyard, and my parents had pulled me into the kitchen and were like, do you want to do track? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then they were like, okay, but are you for real? Yeah. Don't have us waste our money. And I was like, okay, yeah, I want to do it. And I actually was too young when I first went to try, and I cried.
Oh,
I was really sad. I was sick, so I had to wait until I was 7 in order
to get on the team.
Yes.
All right. Very, very good. Thanks for sharing that.
7 and 8.
Yeah. So what are your best memories in the sport? Now, it can be from when you were younger, if you remember them, or it could be during your high school career.
Oh, wow. That's a hard one. My best memory would probably have to be when I ran my 56. I can't lie. Maybe not necessarily the best memory, but definitely the best feeling. So the best memory with the best feeling. So just running through the line, basically, because I went into the state open meet. I'm pretty sure I was ranked 5th.
Yeah.
And I ended up coming in 2nd. So that was definitely big. And I knew I had to run something good because I came in 2nd. So to see the 56 on the time, and prior to that, actually, my PR was a 57.2. So to see the 56.1 on the time was like,
that's
I was ecstatic. Like I literally ran to my phone, called my dad. He already seen it. Like he was like in tears.
Yep.
Like yes, it was a very joyful moment.
I love that. I can imagine that feeling. Like your hard work that you've worked and practiced for throughout the season, and then
the whole
season. to see it on the line. I know the whole. By the way, she's also on the team, so she is I was at that meet and watching her run that. Oh my gosh!
Yes,
everybody was like going crazy and wild and just being supportive of her running at 56. So the next question is, what are your goals for your sport for the rest of the year? Now I know indoor is wrapping up. And outdoor season is coming up.
Thank God.
Okay.
Thank God.
So you can either think about how you want to answer your question just for indoor season or in regards to outdoor season.
Indoor season.
Okay.
Straight into outdoor. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to drop my times and prepare for my college year.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely hitting the 55s, possibly even hitting a 54. Because I've noticed a trend with my 400s.
Mm-hmm.
I've went down about like 2 seconds each year. So hopefully I can get my 56 to a 54, get in shape for my college year and just keep winning championships. Go all season champs.
Right. And I'm on the team, remember? So I will be keeping her to it, y'all. I will be keeping her to it.
Whole team.
Yup. So we have 2 more questions left. So in preparation to competing, what is your routine like? Do you listen to the same playlist? Do you eat a certain breakfast each and every time it is a race day? Do you maybe pray? I don't know. Maybe, what is your routine like of competition day?
So competition day, the actual day itself is kind of hard to kind of gauge. Because a lot of times it could be on a weekday, so I'll have school. Or maybe it's a weekend, maybe it's a Saturday, it's a Thursday, it's a Monday. So it kind of always depends if I have school prior or not. And, it's in the morning, the afternoon. So it kind of all varies. But when I get to the actual competition, the actual meet, I'll do my warm-up, everything like that, normal warm-up routine, drills, everything like that. So, but I do have like a little ritual before I run. So right before I run, like lined up in the heat, I pray for myself while I'm stretching. And then I do my cross one time. I do my cross again. So my favorite number is 3. Let me back up a little bit.
Bell just rang. I'll cut that part out. Go ahead.
My favorite number is 3. So I do a cross one time after I pray for myself. I'll do another cross the heat prior to me. And then, the heat before me. And then I will do another cross right after the gunman says, runners take your marks.
Wow.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow, I'll look out for that next time. I'm like, okay, Kiylah.
Yeah, all the time. So
right.
I always make sure I get my 3 in. I have to get my 3 in. If I don't get my 3 in, something is wrong.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it. And the last question for this interview, which is super, super major, especially because this is what this podcast is about, is literally putting the younger athletes on. So what is something that you would leave for the younger athletes listening and watching to this podcast? What is some advice you would give them?
Some advice that I will give them is don't rush it. Don't rush it. Everything takes time, and track is very mental. If you don't have the mental aspect, you're not going to have the physical aspect. It's I feel like sports in general is very mental. It's more mental than physical. If you don't have the mental part, you can't have the physical part. So
that's a bar. Sorry, that's a bar.
So really just, if you're not where you want to be at that time, just put in the work to get there, and it's going to take time. It's not going to come overnight. Baby steps. You can't learn to fly if you don't know how to walk, you know? So just take your time, be patient, and don't psych yourself out of it, and always keep your mental in check.
Awesome. So That is it for our podcast. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you for having me.
Pleasure is mine. Make sure you guys go and follow us on Instagram, the 45th Spot Podcast on Instagram, as well as YouTube. I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Bye.